I've never started a business before, and I want to create passive income, but I'm not sure of the best way to do that.
Create a product and sell it on Amazon.
That sounds really difficult. How do I create a product?
We need to start with product research. Figure out what you're going to sell.
Okay, product research. How do I do that?
This is my girlfriend Ariana, and in this video I'm going to teach her and you how to do product research the real way so you can create a passion product, sell it on Amazon, and create passive income.
Let's get into the tactics.
We have a fun day planned ahead. We're gonna go for a bike ride down to the beach, go get some brunch, and we have a bunch of other fun activities planned throughout. But most importantly, I'm gonna teach you how I taught Ariana to create a passion product. Rather than just creating a boring old private label product, I'll teach you today how to actually do product research, create your own passion product. My bike was recently stolen, they cut the lock. So I just bought this new bike yesterday. We're gonna go test it out. This is Santa Monica in November. This is a lot nicer. I used to live in Chicago back when I was doing IT consulting. I quit that job about almost 6 years ago to start my first business, which is B Dancewear, a dance clothing company, not a passion product. I spent the next few years traveling around, growing that company, and ultimately getting a place up in Valencia to do manufacturing from. And up in Valencia is where I met Ariana over here. She ended up moving to Africa for a year, and while she was over there, I went and visited her for a month. But when she got back home, back to LA, we ended up dating again. And it wasn't long after that that I created my first passion product, which is Performance Nut Butter. And Performance Nut Butter, it's a macadamia coconut cashew blended nut butter. It was a product that I really wanted to create, something I wish existed in the world. And so I launched it as a Kickstarter first, just to test the market. Ended up turning it into an Amazon product, and now it makes me 6 figures passive income. Since I quit my corporate job almost 6 years ago, my goal has always been to create $300 a day passive income. And it wasn't until I launched Performance Nut Butter that I was actually hitting that. We recently went on a trip to Italy, and during that whole trip, I didn't have to work, I was still making money. It was absolutely amazing. So recently when Ariana asked me,
I've never started a business before, but I want to create passive income. I'm not sure the best way to do that.
my goal is to make it that she's making enough money that she can quit her corporate job like I was able to do. And honestly, my goal is to help as many people as possible be able to quit their corporate job, be able to make a full-time income online, passively, creating products that they love.
Okay, enough with the story. Let's talk about how to actually do it.
Okay, fair enough. So let's go get brunch and we'll talk about how to actually do product research, how to actually create your own passion product. There's 2 parts to product research, and most people get stuck on the first part, and in my opinion, they do even the first part wrong, they never get to the second part. The first part is coming up with a good idea, and I think a lot of people struggle with this, but it's not as hard as you might think. First tip I have for you is just start writing down ideas. Write down at least 1 idea a day. Write down an idea before you go to bed. 2, make a list of what you're interested in. You want to sell something that you actually believe in, something that you're actually interested in. Trust me, it's going to make it so much easier. 3, watch your Amazon activity. What do you search for on Amazon? What do you search for or wish existed in the world that doesn't? Anytime you search for something on Amazon and you can't find it, that is a great sign.
I knew vino carts was a good idea because I wanted to learn more about wine, and I wanted an easier way to learn that because there's so much information surrounding wine. It'd be easy to condense it into something that people can easily follow and understand. And when I told my friends about it, they really loved the idea. A lot of them even said, don't know a lot about wine, I want to learn more about it, and I was on the same boat.
And number 4, there's a lot more tools I have in the Amazon Success Pack. You can get that up here and down below. There's just so many good ways to come up with ideas, but ultimately the key thing to remember is You want to create a product that you wish existed. If you're going to create something that already exists in the world, there's going to be a lot of competition. I think a lot of people do private labeling and they make this mistake. They just copy some product that's already exists on Amazon. Create something kind of unique, kind of new. This is what I did with Performance Nut Butter. There was already nut butter that existed, but I put my own twist on it. And Ariana created Vino cards, and we'll talk more about how she came up with that idea throughout this video. So that's the first part, creating the idea. But once you have the idea, you want to make sure it's something that people will buy. This is part 2, validating the idea. And there's a bunch of tools you can use for this. You can look at similar products on Amazon. Use Junglescout, the free version of Junglescout. You don't need to pay for it. Use the free version. I have a video up here down below explaining how to do that. You can look at those similar products and see how well they're selling. You can also use the free Google keyword tool to see if people are searching for this kind of a product, see if there's any interest for it. And you can use Google Trends to see if this is something that's growing or dying. When I was starting Performance Nut Butter, I saw that keto, healthy fat, all those trends were growing. There's a lot of cool ideas that are dying over time, and you don't want to waste your time doing those. But by far the most important tool you have for product research is a launch group. Get a launch group. Not only is it going to help you do product research, it's going to help you when you go to launch your product. That's the whole point. It's going to make your sales skyrocket off Amazon.
The launch group is a great tool because I was able to bring people together so I could share what Vino cards is about. I was able to let them know what's going to be on the cards, how to use Vino cards, and as well as get feedback from them. What do they want to see on the cards? And they were able to give me live commentary about that, and I showed them the updates. It's just really a great way for people to be involved with the launch process. And ultimately, they got excited about the Kickstarter, and now they're excited about the Amazon launch. And it's just a community that continues to follow the journey.
Ultimately, the best way to test your product is launch it, release it, see if people will buy it. But the way to do this isn't to buy a bunch of units and then go put it on Amazon. This is another thing that most private label people get wrong. Test it first. Launch it as a Kickstarter. This is what I did, this is what Ariana did, and for the PNB Kickstarter, I raised $15,000. Before I ever made a single box, a single pouch of PNB, I raised $15,000, which let me know that people wanted to buy it. Plus, I could use that money for my first production run. Ariana raised over $5,000. She barely spent any money to raise that money. Can't do a Kickstarter for a typical private label product. Why? Because it's something boring. No one's gonna get excited and put money and pre-buy some private label thing. That's why you should create a passion product. And again, a launch group will help you with launching your Kickstarter. So at this point, you might be asking, how do I create a launch group? The quick answer is you're gonna start a Facebook group, or however you wanna do it, whatever works for you. I've heard people doing Discord groups, doesn't really matter. Basically, let's use the Facebook group as an example. You're gonna get people into a Facebook group. How do you do that? Well, first off, you can add all your family and friends, then you can use Instagram. So start building an Instagram for your product, document your journey, like share the journey. People love this stuff. And then you're gonna get people from the Instagram page to join the Facebook group. I have other videos where I talk about exactly how to do this. Just trust me, you're gonna get a big Facebook group. And as you're developing the product, you're gonna show them examples, you're gonna ask for feedback, you're gonna ask their opinion, so that when you do finally launch it as a Kickstarter, they're gonna support it because they've helped create this product. And then again, when you launch it on Amazon, they're gonna go support it again. They're gonna leave you reviews, they're gonna buy it for their friends and their family, they're gonna share the message. We're gonna go play some tennis, which actually is a perfect metaphor for why a launch group is so important. In some ways, creating a product is like playing tennis. And by having a product launch group, it's like having a tennis partner. When you have an idea for your product, you get to post it into the product launch group, see how people respond, get the feedback, and you can respond based on that. And it's this repetitive, iterative process where you make something that people actually want.
I'm the target demographic, so I think it'd be really easy to pitch the idea to people. There's good margins on the product. I think it can be something that's shared with everyone and a great gift for people. I think overall it's just such a great product.
So what are some key secrets to making a great product? Well, one is you want to create a premium product. You don't want to have the cheapest product out there. There's just not enough money in it. So I highly recommend whatever you do, create a premium product. Performance Nut Butter was one of the most expensive nut butters out there. It's a macadamia, coconut, cashew blended nut butter, super delicious, premium product. Vino cards isn't meant as a cheap product. It's a luxury gift. It's nice at $25. It's not extremely premium, but it's a nice product. Another thing you might want to keep in mind is it consumable? So performance nut butter, people are going to eat it and they're going to need to buy more. Is it viral? So even though Vino cards isn't consumable, you can't really eat the cards, it is viral in nature because people share it with other people. They have people over for wine tasting, they use Vino cards, and then that's how people find out about it. Performance nut butter has a little bit of virality because people will see other people eating it and be like, hey, what is that person eating? There's a bunch of other things to keep in mind when creating a product. I'll list some of them here, and there's a complete checklist in the Amazon Success Pack. You can get up here and down below. But just keep that in mind. When you're creating a product, you don't want to do it by yourself. You want to have this product launch group, this group of people that want your product so you can get feedback. There's so many mistakes I would have made with performance nut butter if I didn't have my product launch group, but they helped me out a ton. Ultimately, whatever you do, don't just create another boring private label product. Create a passion product, because when you create a passion product, not only will you not have any competition, it's easier to market, it's easier to get the ball rolling, you can do a Kickstarter to get some initial funding, and ultimately you know that it's going to sell because it's something that you want. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be documenting Ariana's journey. I'm going to be sharing everything she does to create her Amazon product. That includes all the legal stuff, how she designs it, how she gets it manufactured, everything. So make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can follow the journey and learn everything she does. Don't forget to like and comment in this video, and remember to enjoy the journey. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye.